This is the Martini Mortgage Podcast with Kevin Martini.
Hello, and thank you for tuning into the golden edition of the Martini Mortgage Podcast. Now, I say golden because this is our 50th episode. 50 down and many more to come. Now, as a primer, the idea of producing a weekly mortgage podcast to help families understand the power that a mortgage offers and the true value of owning real estate came to me, Kevin Martini, in January 2018. Now, I shared the idea of starting a podcast with my friend Gary Vaynerchuk, and he basically told me, "What the heck are you waiting for, fat boy? Do it." Now, I really think he said to me I should do a podcast since I have a face for radio. However, to this day, he says he did not say that. In May 2018, the first episode of the Martini Mortgage Podcast was released, and today you are listening to the 50th episode. Before I start, I want to just say thank you. Thank you for taking the time to tune into our past episodes. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this episode. And thank you in advance for listening to future episodes. If you're thinking about buying or selling a home, it is very important to have a professional working on your behalf. To me, a professional has not just experience, but they can offer trusted advice to you and your family. A professional does not have a salesman breath. They should have a servant's heart. In addition, it does not matter if you're buying or selling for the first time, the fifth time, or the 50th time. It should always be loan first, home second. With an open heart, before you start looking at homes, you should not be just qualified. You should be approved. But even before that, you should have a confidential conversation with a mortgage strategist to go over your goals and payment objectives. Friends, there is never a substitute for having clarity of the economics and to know before you owe. Only an experienced, trusted mortgage strategist can provide a custom home loan solution for you and your family. Yes, absolutely, positive, affirmative. The process is exactly the same before you place your current house on the market to sell. Can you imagine calling a real estate agent to put your house on the market because, I don't know, say you've outgrown that house and you get that house under contract. However, at that point, you find out that you qualify for not what you need or something less than what you had. Again, the first step is always loan. The second step is home. And these steps are applicable if you're buying or selling. Now, I'm not trying to impress you, but I want to impress upon you, I personally have a pretty good grasp of the current economic conditions and the potential impact of the housing market. When you connect with the Martini Mortgage Group, you have firsthand confirmation that we have servants' hearts. And your best interests are our top of mind concern. If you have a question or would like to chat, just give us a jingle at 919-238-4934. Right now, today, at this point, it is my opinion there's a big divide between the headlines and the truth. Sensational headlines do not tell the entire story. At the end of the day, negative news sells. I have found even positive stories have negative headlines because, again, wait for it, negative sells. Let me talk about one headline that I think does not tell the whole story. Let me start with the headlines about recession. First, let me share that a recession is part of a normal economic cycle, and a recession does not mean another great recession, and most certainly a recession does not mean another housing crisis. There was an article in the USA Today saying that the U.S. will fall into recession by 2020. The headline continues by saying that half of the economists thought this. What the heck did the other half have to say? It is my opinion, headlines create uncertainty. Uncertainty creates confusion. Confusion leads to concern. Concern leads to fear. Fear turns to panic, and panic causes paralysis. there is no question in my mind that there will be another recession. When that is, I have no idea. But I do know this. If there is a recession, you will still need to have a roof over your head. And I believe from the bottom of my belly, you should own that roof, not rent it. I also know that recession does not equal housing crisis. Let me repeat it one more time. Recession does not equal housing crisis. What is a recession? Here's a hashtag Kevin Martini Live definition. Simply put, a recession is a temporary economic decline. To me, the key word that we need to keep our eye on, folks, is temporary. From 1980 to 1982, the U.S. had two recessions. The first was January 1980 to July 1980. And during that period of time, home prices moved upward 4.5%. Then there was another recession, July 1981 to November 1982. And during that period of time, there was still positive home prices. Home price movement was upward 1.9%. In 2001, there was a recession from March 2001 to November 2001. And during that period of recession, March 2001 to November 2001, home prices moved upward 4.8%. Now, to be completely fair, there was a recession in the 90s, and it was from July 1990 to March 1991, and home values fell 0.09%, so less than 1% during that period of time of over 9 months. Then we had the Great Recession from December 2007 to June 2019, and during this period of time, there was double-digit decline in home values. However, there were many factors in this Great Recession versus a normal recession. So, let's say these headlines are correct. A recession is knocking at the door. According to Pulsenomics, the same experts that predict recession will occur, they believe in 2019 home values will increase 3.8%. In 2020, they predict home values will go up 2.5%. And in 2021, they predict a 2.5% increase too. And in 2022, they predict that home values will go up 3.3%. These are the folks that are predicting recession, by the way. Let me say it again. The same experts that are predicting recession project that every year over the next 4 years, home values will increase. Now, at the time of this recording of the Martini Mortgage Podcast, the median home price for a home in Raleigh, North Carolina was $279,680. So if we listen to those folks that think that a recession is going to happen, then that means the median priced home today of $279,680 will be worth, wait for it, $315,070 in 2022. In 4 years, that is over $35,000 of potential equity growth from the people that think that the recession is going to happen. Listen, I believe there's a time to rent. However, that time is not right now. It is natural to make the assumption that the last recession, the Great Recession, will be what the next recession will look like. The Great Recession impacts a ton of people, and those people are families. However, statistically, it will not be. And one can say there's a potential that the next recession could happen and it be over before anybody even realized a recession happened. In closing, there has never been two families that I have worked with that have the same goals and same needs. I talk with some families that are renting, and for some it makes sense to buy, and for others it does not make sense right now based on their situation. I talk to people that are outgrowing their houses, and sometimes it makes sense for them to sell and buy another one. And sometimes it makes sense for them just to renovate. Here's the punchline. No podcast, no blog or vlog, no app or magic website can truly understand your personal situation and provide trusted advice. Only a mortgage strategist can do that. If you're thinking about buying a home or selling your current house and you do not know where to start, then give me a call. Kevin Martini with the Martini Mortgage Group at Benchmark Mortgage at 919-238-4934. Remember, it's always loan first, home second. Thank you for tuning in to the Martini Mortgage Podcast. Cheers.
The Martini Mortgage Group makes real estate dreams a reality with trusted advice in a stress-free environment with great rates and on-time closings while providing a world-class experience. If you or someone you know has questions about the current mortgage rates or the current mortgage programs, please reach out to the Martini Mortgage Group at 919-238-4934. The information contained in this podcast presentation is for general product information purposes only. Arklatex Financial Services, LLC, NMLS number 2143, doing business as Benchmark Mortgage, makes no representations or warranties of any kind expressed or implied about the completeness, reliability, suitability, or availability with respect to the information, products, or services. All loans subject to borrower qualifying. Other restrictions may apply. Branch Manager Kevin Martini, NMLS number 143962. Branch located at 5650 Six Forks Road, Suite 101, Raleigh, North Carolina 27609. Contact the branch by calling 919-238-4934. Equal housing opportunity.